Hello and welcome to the Hotkeys podcast. This is the show where we talk about everything pop culture and random in the world. My name is Mick, and with me as always,
Landon Browning.
And David Parker.
What?
Where?
Dave, you're here.
In person.
You came a week early.
Nah.
Yeah, Dave's not here yet.
I mean, I won't be there next week either. I'll be there next week.
Wait a minute.
Wait a second.
Yeah, you're right.
Wait a second.
What is today? It's 24th?
It is May the 24th, 2023.
It is.
Yeah. So
Tomorrow's the 25th.
that means next week is still May.
Until Thursday. Thursday will be June 1st.
That's the first day of June.
It is. June's one of those exciting months. And this is like down to like dirtbag greedy Landon. Where like June happens to be one of the months that has like, for on my pay schedule, I get 5 paychecks because I get paid weekly. And June has.
Oh, nice.
So I get very excited for that.
I got moved off of weekly.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Fuyo. Yeah. Yeah.
It's like the same money, but it doesn't feel like.
Does it change anything with
It
taxes,
shouldn't.
though?
No, it shouldn't. I don't think.
Because I thought it was like, oh, if it's a bigger number, they would take more off.
No, it's a percentage, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, you know.
Damn it. Come on, man.
You know,
How old are you?
you know, I don't understand taxes.
But you understand percentages, right?
Nope. I don't understand anything.
Oh.
Yeah, so we don't really have anything planned for this episode. It's kind of shoot the poop, right?
Yeah. I watched a movie last night.
No one cares.
All right. The one pop culture and random thing in the world I did. I don't want to talk about it. Want to talk about my lawn some more?
Mick has
It's coming in.
Mick has Harry Potter stuff to talk about, so
Oh, do you?
Oh, we do have something we could talk about. The PlayStation Showcase.
Oh, yeah. If only I'd watched it.
there was a PlayStation showcase.
Yep.
I looked up a quick synopsis of what was there, and there's some cool stuff. Did you watch it?
I did.
Okay. Thank God. Can you tell me what happened?
A lot
Yeah.
of cool stuff. Let's see. Metal Gear Solid is coming out. New one.
Wait, a
Anybody?
new one?
It's a remake, right?
A remake of the first one?
Of the third one, I believe.
What?
It just said Metal Gear Solid, and then there was a green triangle. I don't know what that meant.
I've heard they're remaking the third game.
Okay, I have to look
The
this
trailer
up.
was like a bunch of like little animals getting eaten by a bigger animal, and then a bigger animal, and then a bigger animal, and the last thing was Snake. I think the game is called like Metal Gear Solid
Snake Eater?
Snake Eater or something.
I think that's the third one.
That's the third one.
But I think it's the first one chronologically.
It is. Well,
it's
is that
one of
maybe why
those.
they're going to do that? Maybe they're going to remake
Maybe.
in backwards order?
Snake here.
I actually never played
Metal Gear.
the third Metal Gear Solid, which actually is regarded, I think, as the best. I played
Wait,
maybe
is
like
it?
an hour of it.
Why you not play no more?
It was a PS2 game, and
We had a PS2.
yes, I don't know if I actually even owned the game. I think I had to borrow it from
Game.
Jesse.
Teeth. Jesse, who owned every game.
On every system. 3 times.
So I actually am excited about this game. I would like there to be a first game remake. I feel like they should have remade that first.
They are going to, another thing I saw in the synopsis, just like the little article I read of everything that happened at the showcases, they are going to release like a remastered bundle of like the first 3 or 4 games on PS5 this fall.
Wait, is this a remake or a remaster?
The third one's going to be a remake.
Okay.
From what I've heard, and then like they're going to do like the bundle of the games that you could get. I think they were available on PS3,
Which
like the Legacy Collection.
yes, but in that version, what was released was the PS1 version of the first game.
Oh,
It wasn't like a remaster, really, as much as it was the PS1 version playable on the PS3,
oh, okay.
which at this point is 24,
unplayable.
25 years old.
Unplayable.
I
they're
mean, I
doing
wouldn't say it's
something more to it.
unplayable. It's going to be, if you're so used to modern games, it's going to be a little rough, you know?
Tank control, isn't it like tank controls and stuff? Like
No,
it's
the
like
first, no, it's overhead view, though. There was a GameCube version, which played more like the second and third game, and I actually played the GameCube version, which was essentially a remake of the first game.
Or maybe it's going to be the GameCube version. I'm not sure which one. I just saw that they're going to do a bundle like this fall.
that is one of those games. I've talked about this on the show before, but I'll say it again. That's one of those games that I like really stuck with me when I played it, and the memories of that
Which
game. The first game, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes, which was the GameCube version. That game really stuck with me.
That sounds like the second game.
And when I think about that game, I guess memories of me enjoying it. No, I don't get emotional. But memory of me enjoying that game
you're about to choke
are extremely high. No, I'm just trying to like word it correctly.
Be better with tears.
That's a game I regard very, very highly.
The only Metal Gear game I've played is 5. I didn't play all of it.
I've tried to play 5 a couple times, and I had a hard time getting into it. But the first game and the fourth game I have beaten a couple times. The fourth game actually I played a few years ago recently.
Isn't the fourth game like 80% just cutscenes?
No, it's not 80% cutscenes. There are a lot of cutscenes.
90% cutscenes?
No.
I've heard that that's a main complaint about that game.
I mean, the people who play those games enjoy the cutscenes.
Sure.
So
That's
sure
why people didn't like 5 is because there's no cutscenes. It's like all gameplay. Which I thought the gameplay in 5 was like really, really, really good. Like it felt really good to play.
Man, I need to go back and retry it. But the second game is nuts, like just bonkers, crazy story.
Metal Gear Nuts.
That one I actually never beat. I got through half the game. Well, that's not actually an inaccurate name for that game because there's a portion where you're playing as Raiden naked and he's covering his junk with his hands, and so when he's doing like backflips, like he does like not somersaults, cartwheels, but he only uses his feet because his hands are always covering his junk.
I think those what are those called? That's actually called something,
but
I don't know what it is.
The stories in those games
Good story, Mick.
are crazy. Like first game, second game. I know what happens in the third game, and then I've played the fourth game, and like those 4 games together, like the story is one of the most complicated, convoluted stories I think of any franchise, anything that I've experienced.
Just classic Kojima.
Yeah. Awesome.
You should play Death Stranding also then. Talk about bonkers.
I do want to play that at some point. It's on my list of games to play.
All right, next game. There's a new Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Yeah, that was.
I'd make fun of it, but I forgot that Dave's obsessed with Assassin's Creed.
I'm not obsessed with.
It says it's a smaller scope Assassin's Creed game, and it looked more like a return to the form of like the first 2.
Oh, I'd be more interested in that then.
I could not get through Odyssey, which is weird because I love like Greek history and Greek mythology stuff. I didn't play any of the Viking one. I like a lot of the other games, and some of them I like more than others.
You love the pirate one, right?
Yeah, the fourth one is my favorite. Which, yeah, I mean,
you like it better than the third?
All right. What was announced after Mirage?
Alan Wake 2, which I feel like the first game came out over 12 years ago or something. It's been a long time.
That was an Xbox 360 original, right?
No,
Alan
it was
Wake?
also on PlayStation. No, I think it was a PlayStation original, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, maybe it was.
I've been meaning to play the first one because I've heard it's really good. They remade it.
It was released in May
PS5.
2010 for the Xbox 360 with a Windows version in 2012.
I was right.
It wasn't released on PlayStation until its remastered version in 2021.
There you go. PlayStation.
I really need to play that, and I really need to try getting through Control again. Which I want
to play that too.
Have you played Control?
No, I haven't.
I've started it like twice, and it totally seems like a game I should be into.
Is that the red like goopy stuff flying in the air?
Yeah. It's totally a Landon game, but for some reason, like both times I've started, I just can't get into it.
Just like God of War.
God of War is not a Landon game though. It's like people say it is, but it's like I felt so vindicated, like when we talked to like friend of the show Ben for like the first time forever, and like he just was like clowning. Like I felt so justified. He's like clowning on God of War. Like he's like, oh, that's a game that came bundled with my PS5. He's like, but I don't want to play it because God of War's stupid. I was like, yes. What are you so quiet, Dave? What do you have to say to that? Huh?
Nothing.
Nothing? Huh?
Bungie announced a new
Destiny 3.
I think there was a Destiny like DLC or something or whatever, but there's
oh boy.
A game called Marathon that originally released in '92 on the Mac. So it looks like they're remaking the game.
Oh, cool. More shooters. I was never able to get into Destiny. It never clicked for me.
Oh, I couldn't either.
I never really got Halo either, though, to be honest. So
I never got it.
I only played a couple.
Xbox.
Yeah, I tried a couple of them at like friends' houses, and I never thought it was that fun.
I just didn't like how floaty they were.
Yeah.
And you could tell, like, after Call of Duty came out, they slowly started, like, being influenced by the feel of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
You started being able to sprint and look down your rifle and, like, all this stuff that I'm pretty sure Call of Duty kind of pioneered in that generation.
Yeah. And now I hate Call of Duty, too.
Let's see. Bunch of, like, little just piddly stuff here and there.
Helldivers 2. I saw that.
Yeah. Ghost Runner 2.
Oh, Ghost Runner, I need to play. I heard that was fun.
I thought it looked.
It was a PS Plus
fun.
game too, so we should all have. If we all added it to our libraries, we should all have access to it. So.
Resident Evil 4 VR remake. I might get the VR. Too.
No, come on.
I might.
Like, come on, dude.
If
It's the
I
most
can
Michael
use it for
sentence.
racing,
Yeah, that's like the
if I can use it for like racing stuff, that'd be awesome.
Oh, so that now you get the racing rig back out.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Dust off the 2 inches of
It's
dust
back.
off the racing rig. Like, if you have to spend more money for your other expensive gadget gaming thing to like,
It only makes sense, right? That's what you're gonna say.
the home invaders are going to be so confused when they break into your apartment.
I'm gonna freak them out because I race in the nude.
You're like, who is it? Just don't take my rig. I do want to actually buy Gran Turismo though, but I don't want to use a wheel. I just want to use my controller. Would it even be playable with a controller?
It's playable.
It's just not.
It's
Are you
just-
like some purist?
not the
now?
same, you know?
Like,
Wheel or die. Yeah, they had a bunch of VR stuff that was released. Probably the biggest one was Spider-Man 2.
I'm so excited.
Like a 12-minute little gameplay.
Just like 30 seconds. Of
featurette.
it, and I'm like, I don't need to see anymore. That's like a game. Like, I don't need to see anything. Like, just tell me when it's coming out and I'll buy it.
Yeah, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Although I wouldn't like, it wouldn't shock me if they were like, okay, we're pushing it to like first quarter
Next year.
24.
Oh, I'm like, no, I want it this fall. Give it to me this fall. I need a wintertime. I
Wouldn't like at this day and age, like that would not.
Yeah, but Insomniac's pretty good at getting their stuff out. I feel like, right? Like they're pretty. I feel like they're a pretty good team.
I guess
Just
they
give
just
it-
wouldn't shock.
No,
you
just give it to me. I want to play more.
like
Spider-
maybe it'll probably happen.
like that first Spider. Oh man, that game was so good. Miles Morales was so good.
Did you ever play those, Dave?
I played the first one. I didn't play. No, I played both. I just didn't play the DLC for the first one.
Yep, that's I haven't
The
played.
DLC was really good.
I need to play it.
It has Black Cat.
Meow.
Yes. They also announced a dedicated game streaming device. Did you guys see it?
No,
It's basically the PS5 controller stretched, and then there's a screen in the middle.
So it's the PS Switch.
How much are they charging for? Like what is like?
Probably like $600 or something.
It
I'm gonna tell
streams from like PlayStation servers, or it streams from your existing PlayStation
It
5.
allows players to stream any game from their PlayStation 5 console using remote play over Wi-Fi. It has an 8-inch HD screen and all the buttons and features the DualSense controller has.
So you need a
No
PlayStation
release
5.
date. No release date was given for this new hardware. Sony also revealed the first PlayStation 5 earbuds. Yeah.
So
I'm
it's
just
so you have
not-
to own a PlayStation 5 for it, and it streams only over Wi-Fi.
Sounds good, right?
So like if you're home
the-
and like pooping and want to play,
Yeah, if I'm like home and I'm too decrepit and lazy to get out of my bed, I can like, I can reach over and grab my.
You take your giant headset off, you put your earbuds in, and then you grab your streaming device, and then you finish
Look how innovative this is.
everything.
I can play Last of Us 2 from my kitchen. Like,
I wonder if it would work with the VR headset.
I don't think I'm interested in that handheld streaming thing. I have to see more. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna admit something right now on the show, not PlayStation related.
Oh, can we guess what it is?
Sure.
You go first, Dave.
what? I didn't want to guess. My guess is that Landon doesn't like handheld gaming. That's my huge guess.
I mean, that's kind of no. I was
My
saying,
guess is that he's really proud of his backyard and his grass.
I'm actually deeply ashamed. I've been like teetering like I've been making fun of like the new Zelda and like the Switch for years, but like I actually kind of want to I kind of want to get it, like the new Zelda, like the new one.
I've been
like,
watching
it looks pretty good.
videos. It looks so much fun.
You freaking sellout.
It's not a sellout. He's played Zelda games in the past.
From other like gaming podcasts I've listened to, like people that didn't like Breath of the Wild were like, this one's like a big step up.
I've heard it's the best one.
Yeah. So like it just seems like with my current with my kind of mood where I'm not like, I find myself getting really bored with like, I tried to start up the new Horizon game and like the tutorial just like kept going. Like I'm just like getting like shown stupid things to do and like I'm like only an hour in and I'm like, I haven't had an ounce of fun, and I just like turn the game off and I'm like, I'll probably never play this again. So like I've heard that like Zelda's just like, oh, go explore, like do all these random crazy things, like you don't have to like you kind of said before that like the Breath of the Wild is kind of like Elden Ring, but like
it's very like, I got that feeling when I played Elden Ring. It reminded me a lot of Breath of the Wild. I mean, in certain ways. I mean, there's a lot of things that are different, of course. But like the sense of how you go through the world and what your goals are felt very much the same. And like the fun of just exploring and being an adventurer, which I feel like is kind of taken away from even most modern day open world games. You don't feel as much like you are exploring or like adventuring through a world as much as you are just like checking off boxes. And Elden Ring and Breath of the Wild in particular did not feel that way at all to me. And if the new Zelda, which from what I've seen sounds like it does the same thing, even better, then I'm really excited for it. I haven't had the time yet to play much because it came out like the day Brianna got back, and I was like, I don't want to buy it and then either be like wanting to play but I'm hanging out with Bree. Or...
I mean, you could buy it because the price will never drop. So
that is true.
So I'm like teetering, but then I'm like, do I play Breath of the Wild first or do I just jump into the new one? I feel like I just jump into the new one, right? Like
I feel like at this point you may as... I mean, if you haven't played Breath of the Wild yet, you're probably not going to.
Probably play the very first one.
Yeah, you have to start with Legend of Zelda, then do Zelda 2, what is it, Link's Adventure, or The Adventure of Link, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask. What's after Majora's Mask?
Would be Wind Waker, right?
Are you just not counting the handheld games? Is that...
Oh my! I can't remember the 85 like handheld Zelda games that came out. Like
a lot of people don't like the handheld games. Well, I don't know if they don't like them, but if they feel weird to them. Like Will, I think, is like, oh, I haven't really played any of the handheld games, which I feel like is a weird dismissing of how great those Legend of Zeldas are. Some of my favorite Legend of Zeldas are handheld ones. But to answer your question or your ponder, I think you probably can just skip Breath of the Wild at this point and then just play the new one.
Yeah,
because like story stuff doesn't matter. It's Legend of Zelda.
No, they're all
It sounds like the overworld is somewhat similar to the first game, and I feel like if you play Breath of the Wild, you would like it and enjoy it. But it's so big and there's so much to it that by the time you're done, I feel like it'd be a little overwhelming to try to jump into
just going to another one,
the new Legend of Zelda game. I feel like they probably need some time in between. And so
I might as well just do the
at this point, it's like, just get the new game. They're both the same price anyway, so just buy the new one.
Actually, I think the new one's $70, not $60, so it actually might be.
Okay, never mind. I take back everything I just said.
Yeah, play the old one. It's $10 cheaper.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll be, and like when I say I'm going to get a Switch and do that, I don't know if like that'll be anything I do. It's not like I'm like, oh, I'm going to go buy a Switch tomorrow. I thought about it, but like. I might like next time I'm like it might be like in the fall or winter when I have like not as much stuff to do like outside.
Yeah. I also would recommend
you can play your Switch outside.
I would recommend playing Legend of Zelda not handheld.
No, yeah, I'd be playing on this.
Yeah.
Like
there are a lot of games.
You are correct with your guess when you said Landon's I'm not a big fan of handheld. I used to be, I'm just not anymore really.
I think there are some Switch games that work really well handheld. Legend of Zelda, at least Breath of the Wild, I don't think works that way. The handheld ones, or the like Link's Awakening, the remake, I thought was really good handheld, but the Breath of the Wild, it didn't work. There's too much going on in too small of a screen.
Yeah, and I like that I've heard that like there's a lot of puzzles in the game, but it sounds like there's like you can kind of break like there's like so much physics stuff that like it's kind of like there's probably like 40 different solutions. Like you can kind of like, which sounds fun because like I hate in games when like the puzzle is like some obscure stupid thing that like You know what I mean? Like, if you has ever gotten stuck on a puzzle and like you spend forever and ever trying to figure it out in a game, and then like you finally just
because
like,
I'm not stupid.
oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was about to say that's every game for me. So.
And then like you go and
guess I'm
you go and like
stupid.
look it up, and I'm like mostly talking about like I feel like a couple times in like the
Like an
Nonary
Uncharted
games.
game or something like those kind of games.
Stop. Like the Nonary games or like a Resident Evil puzzle or something where like you spend forever trying to figure it out, and then like you look up the answer and it's like it's something so like out there that like you would have never gotten it. You know what I mean? Like you're like,
Except for Dave.
or like it's something where like, oh, that would have clicked immediately, or I would have just gone way over my head unless I was Dave and I didn't make mistakes ever. So sorry, that was a long interruption of your PlayStation recap.
Oh, I didn't remember what I was talking about. But yeah, as far as like big stuff, I think there's a Dragon's Dogma 2. Yeah, new Street Fighter. But yeah, at least for me,
Yeah, I don't
nothing
care about,
really,
I don't care about Street Fighter.
nothing big or anything.
Just Spider-Man.
Just Spiderman.
Give us Spider-Man, please. Please. I'll play the crap out of that when it comes out.
When is that releasing?
They didn't give a release date.
It says fall 23.
Oh, it actually said, oh,
Yeah,
yes, please.
but it'll get pushed probably.
Is that your bold prediction?
It's my little prediction.
How bold of you. I mean, how little
What?
of you.
Thank you. Anyway, so
Spider-Man.
yep, we are now 3 years into the PlayStation 5.
Dang. I've heard you can start seeing them at stores now, like on the shelf.
I still have not seen them. I've been seeing
I see them
a lot of Switches and a lot of
every once in a while.
a lot of Xbox Series S's.
Yes, Xbox sucks, dude. It's so funny. Like, it's so funny. Like each generation, they just keep crashing harder. Like that Arcane game came out, like Redfall. I heard it was like the most broken, horrible mess of a game.
Which is a bummer because it's an Arcane. That's an Arcane game, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna fix that at all?
It sounds like even if you fix it, there's not that much there to like. So
Did that Halo game do well? Infinite?
I think it was broken when it came out.
Was it?
Like it didn't work. Like the online was, which is crazy after like that Master Chief collection and.
Yeah. How did they fall so hard? I mean, 360 was like.
Well, that would have still been
Like
almost
the
Bungie, right?
powerhouse.
Was that still Bungie on 360? Or
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying for like just Microsoft and Xbox in general.
they suck. That's why.
I mean, now they do, but when the
I
360 was out,
yeah.
like that was like everybody was talking about how great the 360 is.
Yeah, because they had like Halo was killing it, Gears of War.
They also had a lot of like Valve stuff.
Yep.
So you had Left 4 Dead, Left 4 Dead 2, Portal 2.
I still need to play Portal and Portal 2.
I am surprised you have not played those.
I played a little bit of Portal 1.
I mean, Portal 1 takes like 2 hours to.
Yeah, I know. I
beat.
played it for like.
If
20
you're
minutes.
smart like Dave,
Yeah,
if you're stupid like me,
years.
Have you played
you
both
just
Portals,
don't. You just don't beat it.
Mick?
I played the first one.
Okay. You should play the second one too. It is. I replayed it last year. I replay it every couple of years, and that it does not get old. The second one too has like a great portion with J.K. Simmons as a voice actor.
Oh.
And his character, I mean, you never see the character because it's like old.
Is he just coming and he's like, Parker, you're fired?
I mean,
And he leaves.
sort of like that. But his portion,
Crap,
his portion of the
crap,
game
mega crap.
is really fun.
Give you $200 for all.
And it's a game that
Send
makes
you a
you.
nice box of Christmas meat.
It's a game that makes you feel
Get out of here.
clever.
Give me more photos.
when you figure out the puzzles too. It's a great game. I would highly recommend.
Yeah.
That Portal 2 in particular is like up there with the first Metal Gear Solid with I think like one of my like most fondly thought of games.
Fondling?
Fondly.
Oh. Man, that's cool. Why doesn't Valve do any games anymore?
They don't need to.
They just make so much money.
Yeah, it's so dumb though.
I mean, they have done a couple games over the last couple years. They did.
No, they haven't.
Was it
Don't
Alex?
cover for them.
And
Yeah, which I heard that was a great VR game.
VR.
I heard that was
Oh,
a very, very, very.
All
good
right.
game.
You don't need the. How much?
I
is
guess I'm getting it.
Isn't the PSVR 2? Isn't it like $500?
It's probably more.
Yeah, don't do it, man. I know you won't use it for more than like a couple weeks.
We all
Like,
know.
we all know it, man. Like,
Mick's
Wait,
like, but
is this a
maybe
commonly known
this
thing?
one.
I mean,
Wait.
You know
there-
it's a
come on,
commonly
man.
known thing.
Okay, here's a question that I've always wanted to know the answer to.
oh no.
Do you guys
Uh-oh.
have a secret channel on Discord
No,
about like separate people
no, I don't.
No.
in our friend group?
No.
No.
Are you lying to me? Right
No.
No.
I can show you all the Discord
Actually,
channel, man.
I made one when we did our latest Warzone game that was Brendan, Will, and me that we used for like discussion for strategy and stuff. But we haven't used it since then.
I have podcast, and then I have Pud.
Is there a travel one?
No, that's a good idea though.
I was looking for it because I could have sworn there was one. And I was like, "Where's the travel one?"
That's where we talk crap on you in the travel.
Ah!
We have the events channel. This is super interesting to listeners, by the way. We have,
There's a little sneak peek. If you guys get,
if you want to join the Posse, give us money, and then we'll let you join.
Yeah,
we'll have to kick out all of our
people in our friend group.
Some random person. They're like, "Oh yeah,
He sucks. He'll never use the PSVR." You guys think that about me? I buy stuff and I never use it.
No,
yes, I do think
a little
that.
bit, and then you stop using it.
Like what?
Come on, man. You want me,
your racing wheel, your Switch,
wheel, the one wheel.
Oh,
I use the one wheel.
How?
I just don't use it in the winter because it's cold out and it's snowy. It's in my garage, ready to go.
Nice rebuttal.
Why didn't you?
Whenever I want to hop on, it's a great piece of equipment.
Come on.
Probably like 50 pairs of shoes that you've owned the last 5 to 10 years. I'd say. You know?
No. Next.
I mean, we're all guilty of that.
Yeah.
I
wish
use
I
my
didn't.
apartment every day.
That'd be crazy if you didn't. That'd be crazy if
That's
you
been
didn't.
the biggest thing I've been spending money on.
Wait, why? You have to. Is it like other things, or you mean just the rent?
I mean, that's the biggest bill I have is rent.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I thought you meant like
I thought
you had like additional.
It's my 40 other one wheels that I don't use.
I thought you were saying you had additional like financial stake in your apartment or something.
Steak?
Are you hungry?
No.
I cooked Mick and
Landon
meal.
made me food.
Oh, how was your homemade meal?
It was delicious.
I enjoyed it.
It was pork, pasta made with sour cream because he ran out of butter.
Yeah, I was out of butter.
Sour
and then
cream works
asparagus,
well
which I
in
never
pasta.
eat asparagus, but it was pretty good.
Oh, I love asparagus.
I love asparagus.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I just don't like the way it makes my pee smell.
Well, yeah, that's.
Well, just don't smell your pee. I mean, pee doesn't smell great anyway, so.
My pee does. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
It does not. Like, if you get a whiff of it, it's not great.
It like knocks you out.
It's like, what?
And then you wake up, and you're like, oh man.
It's kind of bizarre. Like, it's like one of the few things that I'm like altered.
Why does it do that?
I don't know. It's got to be something in it. It's just healthy. That's what it is.
No, that is not.
Makes your pee smell weird. Because if we follow that logic, then water should just make your pee just
Make
all the toxins are coming.
water's so healthy. Well, speaking
Go to
of
the public restrooms, a bunch of healthy people in here.
speaking of traveling and stuff, though, I did have my passport appointment today.
Congratulations.
So my new passport is on the way.
in 6 to 8 weeks.
Years.
It's
I'll
so
miss the
weird.
trip.
It's so weird, like that you just like give them your birth certificate.
I did not.
Oh, you didn't?
Nope.
Why? You didn't have to?
I don't have one.
What?
No, I don't think I've ever actually seen my birth certificate.
How did you go in there? Because they were adamant with me that I had to submit my birth certificate.
I had my old expired passport.
Oh, okay.
That was enough proof of life.
Yeah, if it's expired within like
Proof of
5
citizenship.
years, then that's all they need. It's like it could have expired 4 years ago, and you still send that. So that's what I did for mine. So I also didn't have to send in any
Mine
of my
expired
documents.
9 years ago. And I could have avoided doing
9
all the
years
stupid
ago?
stuff. Yeah, it expired in 2014.
Oh, because your last one was only 5 years valid because you were too young, right?
Don't make fun of it.
Way to just
Yeah.
throw that out there.
No,
Wow,
no,
dude.
I'm trying to remember
Wow.
because
Can you run stuff by me next time? And just like,
Jeez, dude. I don't even know if I can continue.
Dave.
well, I was like 9
Only
years.
Dave
is so,
like
'cause-
has the privilege of just like, I'm just gonna throw this out here.
No, I was trying to piece
We have
together
worked so hard to keep our
how
ages
9
hidden from
years. how it's
Newsflash,
been
I
expired
was
for 9
young
years.
10 years ago. Okay.
Never mind.
Well, no, I it was annoying because if you get your if I was over 16 when
It's
I had
10
that
years
first
valid.
one, whatever. When I was if I was 16 and older, then I could have just renewed it online. But since I was under 16 when I got that issued, I had to just
you had to
renew
go
everything.
in still with an appointment? Yeah. Okay. Because mine, what I did is it was my old one I was issued after 16, so it expired after 10 years, which was 4 years ago instead of 9 years, which is 5 years difference, which is the amount of time that was tacked on to the end of those passports.
So cool.
And
Thanks for bringing this up.
so I didn't go in for an appointment, but I had to print out a form, fill it out, and then send it in the mail with my old passport. And then like 3 months later, I got my old passport back. Like I thought they were going to keep it, but they still sent me my old passport.
They give it back to you.
Yeah.
Why would they keep it?
Well, they do that with other documents sometimes, like licenses.
Not your passport. They keep it. They give it to you so you still have it as proof of citizenship.
Well, I mean, yeah, but no.
Wow, I knew this and Dave didn't.
They don't give it to you still for proof of citizenship. Your proof of citizenship comes from other documents like
Guess
a birth
who's finishing
certificate.
Metal Gear faster than Dave this time? Man, how the turntables have.
Plus, your new passport is the thing that would show you citizenship. Why would you need the old one for that?
Because reasons.
Okay. Landon, I'm going to need you to leave the room while Michael and I have a talk.
No, I'm not going.
All right,
anywhere.
Michael, I'm going to need you to leave the room while I have a talk with Landon.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to leave the room so you guys can have a talk.
Okay. Anyway, so that's happening.
One step closer to the cruise.
One step close.
I think we have to pay for it in July.
Yep.
The rest of it.
Do we have to though? I bet we could get away
I think
with
Will
not
just
paying.
has to pay for it for you, Mick. Landon has to
true.
pay for his, I have to pay for mine, and Will has to pay for yours.
I got to figure out what to do with my. I got to call. I was talking to Mick about this earlier. I got to call them and figure out what to do with my extra ticket.
Yeah, I'd say do that now before you're on the hook
Like right
for...
now.
No, I mean...
The money,
you still
yeah.
have, like
Call
a
him
month or something.
right now.
But
I have like a month. I'm going to call them tomorrow if I remember, which I probably won't. So
I'll text you.
call them.
I'll text you when I do.
I was thinking about this the other day about like the Will paying for Mick, Colby, Oliver, and Will. Like, do they have to like give him money beforehand, or is Will like good to go and then they like people pay him back later? Or
I mean, you're gonna shame Mick for his age, and now you're gonna shame Will for his money. Like,
I'm just asking a question. That is all that is
Will
happening here.
do that?
does Will have the financial prowess?
Answer the question, Landon.
Are we making a bet?
What? It's always a bet. It's always a bet with Landon.
It has to be. I'm a degenerate. I mean, it's gonna be. I mean, how much was the total?
I think for each person it was like 8 something.
So like 800 times. What was it? 5 of you in that one room or 4?
Oh gosh,
I think it's 4.
please.
Mick and Colby have both already been like, "Hey, man!" Like,
Oh,
both
they've
on
reached
separate,
out
like,
to you.
Yeah, they've been like, "Hey, like, so like you have like the bigger room like to yourself, like."
I mean,
like,
I'm sure
like,
you guys could come to some type of financial arrangement.
yeah,
where-
it would have to be a financial arrangement.
Oh yeah, I mean,
even
of
if-
course,
That's
yeah.
what it takes.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, you're
Or
already
favors.
having to pay extra for that room anyway.
Yeah.
I will do anything.
It's such a weird like. Just throw off the entire vibe of the cruise. Like everybody knows.
Why
like,
is
everybody knows.
Landon and Mick been in the room for 2 days now? Mick made a vow.
Just all your dignity out the window for like a slightly better like sleeping arrangement. Like,
Come out in like a gimp suit, like,
Hey,
locked in a
well,
cage.
Landon has a window, so actually,
balcony.
you guys probably have a window, don't you?
You have a balcony.
no, I have no balcony. I just have the window ocean view.
Well,
Makes like, well, not anything.
I mean, we talked about this though. Like Dave said earlier, as in like probably 6 months ago. The majority of the time spent on the cruise, you won't be in the room,
Yeah.
so it's not that big of a deal.
So what happened? Like, Dave, you know stuff about cruising. I'll probably just call the people and ask them this. So if I can find somebody else to go,
also
like if like another one of our friends decides to go, or if like, you know, I magically meet another girl to take
Let's
with.
be realistic though.
Yeah. No, you know what? I think it's realistic. You know what? It is realistic. It is realistic that I could have somebody to go with.
Invite your mom. It's either your mom or me in the room. You pick.
All right, Mick, you win. Can you switch the name of the person? Like, can you switch who is like? Because they haven't
probably.
logged like who.
I think
like,
so.
On like the invoice, it has like Megan's name on there still. So it's like
I think so.
I think all they would care about is just the body count,
right?
Well, yes and no. I mean, I think they still need to know beforehand who is going.
Who it is. Yeah.
But I think they can probably change right now because there shouldn't be anything that affects who the actual person is.
Yeah. So yeah, I just
because like when Will inevitably backs out of the cruise and then Oliver backs out, it's going to make Colby and Michael kind of put them in a predicament when they're really
make you have to pay way more. Yeah.
I'm joking. I hope they don't back out, but we'll see.
It'll be crossed. Oh man.
Oh, do you have bets on this too?
No, I just
Landon has bets on everything.
I just feel like it would be like really detrimental to the friend group if like people back out. Like,
well, who's all like at this point in time going?
I think it's 6 of us, right?
It's the 3. Well, us 3, Brianna, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 4.
Dave's like, oh, I forgot.
So that's 4. Then Will 5, Oliver 6, Colby 7, you 8. So 8 of us.
That's a lot of people to fit in one room.
Oh yeah, maybe so 7 something. I don't know.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Me.
And then the magical lucky winner of the sweepstakes for my ticket.
I wonder who it's gonna be.
Well then.
That's why I'm like also though excited that like no matter what, like even if I have to pay a little bit extra of like for the second person, like I know I'm just like locked into going. Like I'm not tied up with anybody else's weird shenanigans with like people backing out.
What if you back out?
Well, then I refund my money and you know what I mean? Then I don't go. But
would you back out?
If I were to back out, it would have to be for like circumstances outside of my control at this point. Like an injury.
Like get a kid or something.
Well, I think
a kid just shows up.
Oh no!
At the kids store.
At the kids store. It would have to be like an injury or like a death in the family or something.
You could still go with an injury.
Well, it depends on what. Like
any injury, you could do it.
Let's say I broke both my legs.
No problem. It's handicap friendly.
Is it
a cruise ship?
I mean, but like I gotta get on the plane. I gotta be
handicap friendly. It's in the exit row. Plenty of legroom.
I'm gonna inconvenience.
Actually, you can't
else.
do that. You have to be physically able to open the door.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like for me to not go, there would have to be something. Like I already basically got the time off approved for work, and then
what does that mean? Basically,
well, they like won't approve anything till like it's like they're like being weird. Where like it has to be like you can only
2 months out.
Yeah, like 3 months out or something. I'm like, okay, but then I just told my boss, I'm like, just so you know, I'm going. I'm going on it. So like because I have to pay for it all.
It's great to have that kind of leverage, right?
Yeah. I'm like, I'm going on it. Like I don't care. Like what?
Why is that a thing where it's like just 3 months out?
I think it's because we're somewhat like small. It's like a small division of a company. Like there's only like 7 of us now. Yeah. So it's like being down one person is kind of, it's a bigger hit, but also we'll be slowish by that time anyway. So they gave us all like, I have the vacation time. I'm going on the cruise. Like, yeah.
Nice.
So they know I'm going. I know I'm going. It's just not technically quote unquote approved yet, but I gotta buy flights next too. That's probably the next thing, right?
Yeah. I would say you probably want to do that not till like September.
Okay. All right. Whatever, man.
Maybe August, but yeah.
If I can't make it down there because
oh yeah, it's so hard to get a flight to Los Angeles.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna probably fly into John Wayne. I think I don't want to fly into LAX.
LAX is really cool,
busy,
though.
But it's so busy.
You could visit your favorite GTA spots.
Yeah, that's true.
You could ride your bike up the
ramp,
the dome thing. Play sumo up there.
Maybe I'll fly into there. I don't know.
I drove by there when I picked up Bree. Like she was taking a while to I guess deplane, so I drove around the airport a bunch. So I just kept driving around that building.
Did you get the urge to like go off a ramp?
A little bit, yeah.
Take a plane.
I know I can make it
5
over that
stars.
chain fence.
Yeah, there's a little garbage ramp.
My plane's
Go to the
waiting for me in
garage.
that
There's
hangar.
a private jet, and then your friend shoots with a rocket launcher, and everybody laughs. Like, oh, simpler times.
The old days.
Oh man, what a joy! That's like all I used to need to be happy.
It's just GTA playlist.
Yeah, like not even that. Just getting all my friends and like being like, all right, let's all hop in the plane. Let's see if I can try to land it on the Maze Bank building.
Have they announced anything more about GTA 6?
Nope.
No, I think
It's been radio silence since the leak.
Yeah, I think it's probably like a couple years out, would be my guess.
I would love if they did another LA Noire.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome. That's another game I've never finished. That's a game also I'm really bad at. I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
I was terrible at it. Dave was probably amazing.
Probably.
I love Eleanor. It's so good.
That game has so many funny like things, like when you pick the wrong, or like sometimes it's such an abrupt.
You're a dirtbag and you murdered your wife.
Like, whoa.
Whoa, don't go that far.
Yeah. It's like you just hit doubt. It's like he just like berates them.
Man.
Yeah, I would rather have that than another GTA.
Oh, I don't know, man.
It's been longer since the first LA Noire.
I know, but like GTA 5 was so like I feel like people forget how good the story was in that game. That game was so funny.
Did you ever play it, Mick?
The story?
Yeah, storyline.
I played the first mission.
Oh, you can't even talk. Like you're like,
I didn't say anything about it.
But you said Eleanor was way better. Like, dude,
I said I'd prefer that over another GTA.
You got to play the story.
The
though.
story in GTA 5 is really good.
It's like top tier satire. Like it's some of the best you'll ever. I think it's up there. Like the writing is up there with like South Park level.
We should get
satire.
Will to play it because back when he first got the game, he was like, "Oh, I can never play the single player game." Current Will would definitely play. Through the story of GTA 5.
I really
we should get him
hope
to
they
play it.
fix the controls though.
I think they will. I mean, Red Dead 2 was a little bit better. It was a lot better.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I just want more satire. Like Red Dead 2 I liked even more than GTA 5 because it was so good, but like I could go for another high quality
It's a totally
satire
different
game.
vibe. Yeah, I mean like
Yes.
Red Dead 2 is it feels a lot more authentic.
Yeah.
It still has some like moments of I think satire, like kind of
With the alien
parodying
spaceship and stuff.
yes. I think parodying like the ideals of Western movies. I think it kind of does that, but it feels much more authentic than I guess the world we get in any Grand Theft Auto games, which is fine because that's I think the purpose of them. They are
it's so
very
funny.
different functionally.
So many of the missions are just hysterical. Like,
Oh, you know what? Screw everything else. We should get a new Rockstar table tennis. That first one came out in like 2007.
I think it's 2006.
Where's the first one? Or where's the second one?
you know what's crazy is like I think GTA 5's been out for 10 years right now. Like
2013. Yeah.
10 years. That game still makes like I think it still charts in like the top 10, top 20 bestseller every month.
Yeah.
And it still makes like I'm pretty sure it makes millions of dollars a month just on its online.
Cards.
Yeah.
So dumb.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it because if it's funding more games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and GTA 6, like and like GTA 6 probably, I mean, how much is that game going to cost to make? Like several hundreds of millions of dollars probably.
At the least. Yes.
So I think God of War Ragnarok I think cost $200 million to make, I believe. So GTA 6 has got to be double that, right?
I think definitely. I would not be surprised if it's a game that costs more than $1 billion. And that might be controversial, but
$1 billion?
But also,
yeah,
it's also a game that I bet makes back its entire budget probably in the first week it's out.
Week?
I think pretty
if
close to
it's $1 billion game,
I don't think it's going to cost $1 billion to make.
That's what Dave said.
I don't think it'll cost that much.
You calling Dave stupid?
No, I'm just saying like I don't think it'll cost that much.
Oh yeah, I'm back down with the stupids. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Like, I would think that game. I mean, I'm pretty sure I think Red Dead Redemption 2 made $1 billion its first like week out. I thought
First day, I think.
Yeah, so I'm like, I think it's good. Okay, what are you like, dude? Like, okay,
Mick, come on.
You feel like a moron.
I'm influenced by the Larry David episode.
Shut up.
Yeah,
I mean, just more any game at this point new to come out would be nice.
From Rockstar.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Also, I'm excited. Ken Levine's new game is, I think, like a year or so away.
Shiobak?
What's that one?
What?
Shiobak?
No, it's called Judas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Didn't they release a trailer of that?
They did. There is one trailer out for it. I just listened to like a 2-hour interview he did.
It was kind of Bioshock-esque, right?
Yes. It'll probably be.
I remember seeing it. It looked pretty cool.
Yeah, I listened to it. Yeah, a really good interview with him and another guy I listened to a lot. They talked about like a little bit about the new game, but mostly about like his like career, like how he got involved with Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite, and like how like why he stepped away from the bigger studio to like have a smaller. Yeah, so it sounds like it's a really small team. Essentially, it sounds like 2K basically like let him build his own team and said take however long you want to make this. So
Wow. How long has he been working on it?
I think since like a year or so after Bioshock Infinite came out. So he's been working on it for close to 10
That was
years,
like
I think.
2012,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. 2012 or 2013.
I think it came out early 2013, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because it came out the same year GTA 5 and The Last of Us came out.
Dang.
That would
So
be 13.
yeah, he basically talked about like how like the stresses of like running like I think there's like 300 or more people involved in Bioshock Infinite was like too much. Like he hated like the stress and stuff and didn't like bring out the best in him. So
I think the first Bioshock won Game of the Year back in the
I
day.
would have if it didn't. Then it's like a crime. It's like that game is so good. Have you played Bioshock?
I played a little of it, but it freaked me out.
Too
It was scary.
Oh, dude.
The big daddies. I remember though, before the game came out, we saw the trailer for the game. Dave and I did, and we just watched it over and over again because it looks so like, what is this? This is crazy. It's drilling through his hand.
Yeah.
Oh,
You should go back and
he
play
shot bees at him.
That was rough too because like we didn't have an Xbox, so you had to wait till it came out on PlayStation, which was like a year later.
You should go back and play it. The game holds up.
I think I have the collection.
Yeah, play it. That and Infinite are like a couple of the few games I can play.
Did you not play the second one?
I did. I need to play it again. I didn't like it as much.
Do you play as a big daddy in that one?
Yes. And that game was not Ken Levine didn't have anything to do with that one.
Okay.
So
is it noticeable?
I think it's just the story is not quite as good.
Is it a prequel?
No, I believe it takes place after the first one.
Okay.
And then Infinite's great too. Infinite's a little bit more first-person shootery than
the others.
Yeah, I would still say play Bioshock and then Bioshock Infinite.
So scared.
Yeah, I mean they're a little scary, but you play on easy and then you can murder your way through.
That's true.
I played it. That's when I played. I've beaten them both on the hardest difficulty, and it's like no joke. Like the Big Daddy fights on like the hard, like it'd be like cobbling together like all my ammunition. Be like, all right, like I'm gonna like.
I've heard like those are skippable in the first one. I heard like if you don't do any of those, the game is like at least like 60% shorter.
Oh, if you don't fight the Big Daddy.
Yeah, if you just skip all of those.
Yeah,
that like takes up a huge amount of time.
But then you don't get like more upgrades and stuff.
Yeah.
Like because you have like the choice to harvest or save the little sisters. So
I haven't played anything in probably a couple weeks now, but I need to finish Jedi Survivor.
Did you beat Hogwarts Legacy?
Yeah.
What were your thoughts? You liked it?
I would say overall it was very good for a studio that hadn't really made that level of game before.
Okay.
I had quite a few issues with the game and story itself. But I would say overall it was a very fun game. Probably the best thing about the game was like the combat with all the magic spell casting and all that. It felt like really satisfying. But yeah, some of the story stuff just kind of felt a little on the weaker side to me.
Yeah.
But in terms of like an open world game of exploring, like it was fun.
Yeah.
And I think the people that really like getting every collectible and searching every corner of the map, I think it would be a fun game for them. For me, I'm like, I don't really care what's over there.
Yeah. No.
But
yeah, I need to play. Yeah, I'll probably play that game eventually. And same with Jedi Survivor. I got to get to that.
Yeah.
I just haven't really felt like playing many games lately.
Yeah, I'm in a weird place right now with games. I like have no desire really to play any.
I think I feel like it's happening to me more and more often. Like,
dude, we're getting old, man.
I didn't think it would happen, man, but
we're getting old.
Like Dead Space came out and that was like the first one in a while. Like I played through it and then as soon as I beat it, I was like, all right, I'm gonna play Horizon. And I like played like an hour Horizon. I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't like even the games that I like, they're just exhausting. Like I used to be able to just play through a game in like 2 sittings, and now I'm like, I'll play like an hour and then I need a break.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
We're old men. Doomed.
Doomed to our fate.
Do you ever feel that way, Dave, or like can you still just marathon game?
I can marathon some games. It really depends on the game.
Vampire Rain.
I do go.
Could you marathon?
I do go through phases of like playing games or not playing games. Lately, I just haven't had a lot of free time as much as I've wanted. The dog takes up way more time than I want, so It's less time I get to play games or watch TV.
You're a father.
Justice.
Dude, nothing has made me want to have kids less than having a pet.
Wait, really? Definitely,
I was walking the dog yesterday, and I was like, "This is nice and all," like because I was like listening to podcasts, and it was like the weather was nice. But as I was walking, I was like, man, I don't think I want kids. Like as I was walking the dog.
You selfish son.
I'm sure that'll change as I get older.
video
Whoever is listening to this, but
No, you don't have like
Name rhymes with Shmree
or Schmandy.
or Michael.
Do you want Dave to have kids?
I don't care.
That's a good answer.
Yeah, that is actually probably the only correct answer. Like,
I mean, it would cool to
because it
be.
doesn't affect you at
It'd be
all.
cool to be Uncle Michael.
But would it though?
Oh,
Like,
yo, Uncle Michael.
Oh,
I would start my own YouTube channel.
okay.
I would wear a green polo. Hey, if you watch Uncle Roger, he gives you permission to say those words.
Oh, does he?
He does. He says, "I give you permission."
That's cool.
all right. With that,
I did nothing wrong. Yeah, with that. Anything else you guys want to talk about?
I'm good.
I don't think so.
Since nobody wanted to know about the movie I watched.
Yeah, no one really cared. So
Oh wait,
Maybe
I
next
forgot that
week.
Mick quashed that.
Yeah, that's fine. It wasn't that great of a movie, so you know.
okay,
It was okay though. You know?
not good enough to talk about.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, no. We'll talk about it next week.
Okay, when Dave's here, right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
You good, Dave?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's say it together, everybody.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of the Hotkeys podcast. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Castbox, YouTube, and other podcasting platforms. Visit our website, www.hotkeyspodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at Hotkeys Podcast and join our Facebook group at facebook.com/HKHotkeys. Please like and review us and subscribe to the show on whichever platforms you use. Finally, you can contact us via email at hosts@hotkeyspodcast.com.